Good morning, my name's Raymond. I have an interest in making model boats, and today I'm going to talk about this model boat which I've completed. It's a Dean's Marine product called it's a hospital ship called St. Olaf during World War II. I've completed all up seven, this is my 7th model that I've completed. And I thought people who are into model shipbuilding may be interested to get my views on what I experienced building this particular model. First of all, just a few words about Dean Marine. They make an excellent product. I can't reinforce that strongly enough. They do make an excellent product of museum quality. So, if anyone they have quite a number of kits that are available. They're not cheap, but in life, as we all know, if you want quality, you've got to be prepared to pay. What I like to say about these kits are not the sort of kit that you glue part A to part B to part C. No, it does nothing like that. Basically, you get a fiberglass hull. There's a lot of work that needs to be done on the hull prior to constructing the ship itself. Whether it be, this is what I call a static model. There is no motor in here. That's why it's on a stand. You've got to install the propellers, the rudder, the anchors. You've got all the freeing ports on the side here. At the front here, you'll see all these openings, quite a number of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10 of them. Each one of them's got to be opened by hand. It's a solid piece of fiberglass. You've got to work it all out where they come. This boat's taken me, I started in December 23 and now it's June 25. It's taken me 18 months. This model, you need to have a very strong basic knowledge of boat building. You wouldn't start this as your first model to tackle this. It would be too difficult. What you do get also in the kit is you get sheets of plastic, I'll call it plastic. There are markings on it for parts labelled. You also get an instruction book and a CD with pictures of the construction in progress. There's a lot of reading to be done in conjunction with the CD. I found that helpful. Let me also say this, with this particular, you don't build this on a budget. There's a lot of extra expenses that you need to outlay to make this model. One of the main examples is all the handrails here. They come with stanchions. They're just brass, and they suggest that you heat sink them in, and then you get a coil of wire which you straighten it and fit it through the holes. No, not at all. I've outlaid the money. Dean's Marine do sell handrails prefabricated to the correct scale, and that's good because I was able to paint them, prime them, paint them, and then with a very fine drill the holes, each one with a hole, so that they would fit. And look at the finish that you get. One of the other difficulties that I found with this kit was the front and the rear, they're generally a little bit higher. So there generally there's a little bit of a bow in the deck. And you've got to compensate that when you're building the superstructure. Well, that's very, very difficult to do that. But what I did all the parts to square, and then I cut little triangles and joined them, that raised them, and that gave me the curve that I needed to fit on the deck. There's a lot of things that I've added that actually don't come with the model. For instance, I've put handles on all these doors. You will see that there's handles. I've put handrails on all the outside buildings. I bought strips of wire, round wire, the correct gauge, primed them, painted them, fitted them in. What I did use is a lot of super glue. I did use some plastic glue, but basically I found super glue gave me exactly what I wanted. The mast, well, the mast, they're actually chopsticks, would you believe? They already come with a tip. Thicker and thinner at the top and thicker at the bottom. I'll put little blocks to give them that rigidity. I've built a stand for it. They give you a model of a stand. No. But I've actually built, this is my 7th model that I've built. 4 of them have been Dean's Marine. The instructions are comprehensive, but you've got to really, really study them carefully. Sometimes you also need to take a few liberties and to make adjustments so that everything works well. I found a lot of difficulty within the curved sections here, doing them so that they would stick firmly in place, bending. But overall, I'm very, very pleased. I will be in the process soon of constructing a display case made of wood with glass, perhaps lighting. So to anyone contemplating doing a model, doesn't matter whatever model, I can thoroughly recommend Dean's Marine, a Dean's Marine product. If you've got any questions, drop a note in the comments. This will be going in YouTube. Post a note in the comments, and I'm more than happy to contact you by email or whatever, should you require any assistance on any matter. Because, let me say this, over the years that I've built 7 models, the longest that took to build was the Bismarck. That was an Armada. That took 4 3/4 years. 4 3/4 years. I think I've got a little bit of experience now with the construction of this. If I can be of help, do drop me a line. Thank you for listening, and happy modelling. From Raymond, good afternoon.